How are we doing, guys and girls? My name's Tom Dyer and welcome back to another fun episode of Tom's Flair Bartending Tips. Now today I have 17 different moves with the Grail Jigger. The Grail Jigger is this. Okay. Boom, boom. Focus. It's got a little thing on there and yeah. So, come back and we're back. So there's 17 different moves you can learn. Some are really easy, some are more difficult, but you can learn a lot of them out there. You can use them behind the bar. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy them. Let me know what you think of these Flair bartending moves with the Grail Jigger. And if you wanna get your hands on one of these bad boys, just have a look in the description below. And there's all the details that you need to find out to get your hands on one of these. We can ship these worldwide. So drop us an email. And let me know if you want one. When you're trying out these moves, let me know how you're getting on. I am on Twitter, that's Tom Dyer 10 Bartender. I'll put that on the screen for you. And you can also tag me on your Instagram stories, Tom Dyer Bartender. Let me know how you're getting on. I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on these channels. If you want to ask me anything, get to Twitter and ask me on Twitter. That's where you can ask me any single question you want. Sweet. Enjoy the video. Okay, let's get straight into it. Now this first move is called the bar roll. The first couple of moves are all rolling moves. And as you can see, you throw the Grail Jigger up onto your arm and then you just give it a little wiggle and it'll roll down. So you throw it flat, try and keep it as flat as possible, and you want to land it in the elbow crease of your arm. You don't have to bend your arm fully, just enough to catch it. You should be able to catch it quite easy. Get that bit down first, and then this next part, if you see my hand is just pointing out to the outside of me, sort of to my right hand side. You give it a little wiggle until you feel the jigger starting to roll down your arm, and then you just relax your arm, leave it, it'll roll off onto the bar, then you pick it up with the other hand, give it another little spin around your thumb for good measure, and you're good to go. Next one is the reverse roll. Now these next two moves start the same as the previous one. So if you get that first grab, that first roll correct, the next part is the part you need to work on to get right. So you throw the Grail flat up, catch it in the crease of your arm, and then this time as you roll down, you want to twist your hand out and away from you. And what the Grail will do, pick up that shaker. What the Grail will do is it will just start rolling down away from your hand. Then you twist your hand around, catch the Grail upside down, boom, pick up a bottle, pour it out, and you are done. This one is a sneaky one. It's quite quick because the Grail can fall off very quickly, but the more you do it, the more practice you get, the easier it will become. Sweet! Okay, this one is more simple. We'll call it the simple roll. Haha. Again, same grab. Pick up the shaker, and then you're gonna roll it down, and you just wanna bend your wrist backwards. So I don't know if you saw that. So after we poured this one in there, a little swipe around and then a backwards pour. So throw it up. I've kind of done a flat throw there up into the crease. Pick up the shaker, turn it over, place it onto the bar top, pick up the bottle at the same time, and then you just bend your wrist backwards, bend your hand backwards, and then straighten your arm out, and that Grail will roll down your arm. Then get ready to grab it. Whee! There you go. Grab that bad boy, and then pour it out, and you're good to go once again. Again, these three moves all start the same, so if you can get that start sorted, it's just about knowing where to put your hand and twist your arm to perform the three moves as you've seen just then. Cool. Nice little cut off with the jigger, and then bring it back the other way. I don't think there was actually anything left in the jigger. No. This one is called the OLDAN roll, named after a bartender called Christian Olden, who used to perform this move many years ago. And the way you do this is you want to throw the bottle up from a beer grab, catch it behind your head. You see I just changed the position of the grab. Bring it round, rest it on your shoulder. You swing the jigger over, and you put the PortaBar inside the jigger. You roll the bottle down your arm using the jigger as like the assistance. Keep the PortaBar and the jigger close together as you finish off the pour, and then cut off very cleanly so you're not going to spill any of the liquid out of the Grail. Then pick it up, pop that in your shaker, and you are good to go. Nice. Okay, now we're on to the one finger pickup, number one. So if you With this one, you see I grab it on the left side. I'm looking at it as if I'm standing behind the bar. I'm using my left hand. If you put a little like moisture on your finger, you can pick up the Grail very easily. And you pick up the other bottle, you give it just half a spin, bam, catch it between your index finger and your next 3 fingers, like people are doing with jiggers these days. Pour it out, tip it forward, really simple, very, very easy to do. The next one is very, very similar, you'll see, but I'm gonna be spinning and picking it up on the different side and spinning it the other way. So if you saw that, as I come to the Grail, my finger is on the opposite side of the Grail as it was previously. And this time I'm gonna throw the jigger towards me, bam, catch it in the same position. And you're even throwing it closer to the shaker. So the better you become at this move, it's gonna become a very quick pickup across the bar into the position to hold it, and it will become super smooth like second nature. This one I call the finger stomp. You'll see right. Ready? Boom. Stomp. So again, it's a 1 finger pickup, and in this case, what you want to do, you've got your finger on the opposite side, and as you come around, my finger separated from the Grail ever so slightly, but you want to try and keep that finger attached to the base of the Grail. So as you come over, you follow it down, boom, onto the bar top, and then just stomp it down on the bar top. Try not to smack it down too hard, and try to use the rubber mats. It's going to be much easier because it can wobble about when you land it. All right, this one, I like this one. This is called the finger slide. Boom, top it down, over, bam, across. So this one has sort of 3 parts. The knock, so you knock it, put your finger underneath and catch it, bam, like this. Slide it across the bar just for good effect, and then you turn your hand over and then boom, flip it across onto the other hand. You can pick up your bottle and start to pour. So practice those 3 bits separately. The slide will be super easy. The knock is much more difficult than what you think, but you'll get it. And it doesn't matter if it falls all the way over. Even if it falls over, you just put your finger underneath the jigger, drag it along, and then flip it. This one I like is the finger roll back and forth. Now this one is a very, very tricky one. You may have just missed that, but don't worry, there's some super slow-mos coming up for you to be able to get it. So you're doing a finger roll around, stopping, and then going back the other way. Ready? Back, around, stopping, and back the other way. It is all about contact juggling on this one, and your finger is doing all the work to be able to move the jigger into the position that you want it. Give it a shot, let me know how you get on. But it is a difficult one to master. Okay, this one is a gunsling. So if anyone has done the gunsling with a bottle, which is basically a finger roll and a thumb roll, it's the same thing but with a Grail. I think there's not many jiggers you can do this with, maybe even only the Grail. So it rolls around your finger and then around your thumb. Similar with the previous one, you need to keep contact with the Grail, you see, and then your thumb comes into play, pushes it underneath, boom, catch it, and off you go. If you can do the gunsling with a bottle, then this move will become a lot easier with the Grail. It's much quicker, it's much faster, but with enough practice, you'll be able to get it, I am sure. All right, next one is the finger roll, the backhand. Again, these are all very quick moves, right? So again, this is just one spin around the finger. So as the Grail would be in the position on the bar, you'd pick it up between your thumb and the index finger and literally just kind of flip it around, roll it around your finger as I've done there, boom, catch it in your hand again, and then you are ready to go and start pouring into the Grail. Again, this is great if the Grail's on the other side of the bar, boom, you pick it up across yourself and off you go. This one is the Grail finger roll, another version. So this is basically using all of your fingers, roll it around, roll it round, roll it round again. This one is a tricky one. You know, it's a new one that I've been learning myself, but with enough practice, you'll get it as well. The arm stall. So again, if you've done an arm stall with a bottle, again, this is the Grail. It looks great when you're stalling it because it has a top and a bottom, whereas other jiggers are like double-sided. This one is clear which is the top, which is the bottom. You just want to throw for a half a spin, land the Grail on your arm, and then you can pick up any bottle you want. You can pour out the measurement that you want. Now this move does take a little bit longer than what other moves would take. So it's not the kind of move that you're going to be doing during a busy night. It's the kind of move when you've got a little bit of time to sort of impress the guests, or you want to just maybe show off a little bit or use it on stage even. That's when you perform this type of move. Don't try and throw the Grail around once it's got the liquid inside. It can be a bit more difficult, but I think you'll enjoy. I think you'll agree this was a nice visual move to use behind the bar. The appearing Grail, like a little bit of magic. Now you'll see, boom, there it is. So the Grail fits perfectly under one of these small cheetah tins. The Tom's Tiki Shaker is what I'm using there. You can see a link in the description below where you get this. But you place the Grail underneath the shaker beforehand and literally just drag it off the bar, land it on the back of your hand. You can put your shaker down. Then you can pick up your bottle, pour out the measure that you need and pop it inside your shaker. This one doesn't take a little bit of setup beforehand, but it's simply, instead of just leaving your Grail in front of your small shaker, you would put it underneath your small shaker, so when the next order comes in, you're ready to perform this move straight away. I'm sure the guests will be surprised to see it just suddenly appear from underneath your shaker. Finish off with a nice thumb roll for good measure. All right, this one is the side step. Again, you'll see why. Boom, boom, boom. You use the small shaker to step the Grail over from its upside down position. So you hook it over, drag it down, then you just pull it across like this. Use the shaker to balance it into place. And as you come to pour, switch your shaker over, make your pour into the Grail, and then you can pick it up and pour it into the shaker. I think you'll get this one very easy. And the thing with these easy moves is once you'll get them, it's about making them look good and making them look stylish and useful behind the bar. But I like this one, it's a simple one to get. All right, the elbow stool. This is like the arm stool basically, but we're going to our elbow. And just to make it a little bit more difficult, in this instance, I'm going down, I'm picking up the bottle with the same hand which is holding the Grail. You can do it from the speed rail, you can go to your back bar and pick it up with the same hand, but you're gonna pour it with the other hand. And then you can just pop that into the shaker, grab the shaker, turn it over, and you're good to go. So with this one, it is all about the balance. So you need to find out where that balancing point is on your elbow. I'd recommend putting the Grail on your elbow first and finding out where that point is. And then when you're gonna come, see how I'm jumping it around to find the sweet spot to balance it. Now, when you're gonna come to pick up the bottle, you need to make sure that Grail's in solid position. And you need to bend with your legs, there we go, and just grab gently the bottle, keeping an eye on the Grail. Stand up, and then you could do like a little drop into the other hand. I literally just passed it over, but it's a nice touch to crouch down and pick up the bottle with the same hand, just to show a certain amount of skill that you've got and balance over those objects whilst you're performing this move. It's also just a nice visual move to use behind the bar. You know, you're pouring the liquid directly in front of the customer whilst balancing something on a part of your body. And then again, they're going to be wondering, how is he now going to get that into my drink? So again, you just grab with your other hand, pick up the shaker. I think I might do a thumb roll here. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, you go, there it is. So you can pick up with a thumb roll, then just switch it over, grab the Grail like this into the shaker and turn it over, and you're good. And then you can finish it off however you choose to. Nice. And then finally, this one is a tricky one to get perfect, but again, I'm sure you'll be able to get it. It's called the thumb balance. Clearly you can see why. Just placing the Grail on your thumb, so you just, as if you're doing a thumbs up to the ceiling, place the Grail onto the base of your thumb, pour out your liquid, and then again, get yourself a shaker. You can drop that into there and boom, you're poured. So you can see a bit closer now. You bend your thumb over so you've got a flat surface, and just balance it out, keeping an eye on the top of the Grail so that you're balancing and keeping it steady. Now the difficult part comes to pour, because you've got to balance and you've got to be able to pour into that small cup at the same time, and obviously get it to the measurement that you desire. So take your time, breathe, don't panic with this one, and just, like I said, take your time and you'll be able to get it. You don't have to get the shaker off and pour it into the shaker. You can just take it off of your thumb and pour it from there. But like with the arm stool, you're not going to do this on a busy night. Superb. Awesome. And here's a couple of little bonus moves you can try at home if you want to. But I hope you enjoyed that video, guys and girls. let me know how you get on. Some of these moves are quite tricky, some of them are quite easy or very easy to get, but I'm sure that you're going to be able to get them. Come and check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and all those social media channels as well. I hope you like those moves and you have learned something and you can use them behind the bar today. Let me know how you get on, and if you like this channel, consider subscribing because I'll post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And if you've got any comments, questions, or suggestions, just whack it in the comments box below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Awesome. Till next time, I shall see you then. And finally...